Yeah.
But are you sure that this framed poster of Avatar was there before, or did it magically appear at some point? As you said, you check the closet regularly.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. Did Jake Sully put on his little weird VR thing, but instead of going into some kind of Avatar symbiote, he went into one of these? Like,
oh my gosh.
So many questions.
So many questions.
So many non-answers.
So few answers. But maybe we will find out. Yeah, maybe we will find out one day. But until then, hello and welcome to Avatar and Keyframe. Wonder about random dribble. Oh wait, no, I got so irritated by this poster in the background, which is now completely obscured by the from the viewers. Did you? Oh, there it is. Look at this. Keyframe's personal.
That you know what it is.
Keyframe's personal framed poster of Avatar that she is very, very proud of.
A&Y and Jake Sully wonder about random dribble.
Jake Sully.
Jake Sully?
Yeah.
Jake Sully.
But yeah, this is a very special week. So we do not only have A&Y, we don't not only have Keyframe and the Avatar poster. We also have a guest. Welcome to the show for the very first time, Cami-Cat. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thank you for having me on.
Absolute pleasure. But since maybe people out there are now... Who? Could you please explain to our viewers who you are, what you do, and why they should care?
I'm still trying to figure out who I am. I'm on a lifelong journey. No. So, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Cami-Cat. You might know me mostly on YouTube, most recently for making Dungeons & Dragons original music and little animatics for funs and giggles. I also do covers for the heck of it of songs that I enjoy. Sometimes I'll just do original, like, songs from shows that I like because I want to.
I see Shira.
A little bit of everything on my channel.
I see Shira on Doki Doki. I'm already sold.
How dare you? You need to do covers of songs you hate.
Oh no, I definitely do.
Ooh, really? Well, okay.
There's definitely some that are like later, like earlier on. I would say that there are ones that weren't particularly my favorites, but I still did.
Okay, what is your most hated song you did that's on your channel?
Ooh, okay, that's an interesting question. Actually, I think honestly, only because of the history behind it, Battle Against the True Hero is probably my least favorite out of everything I've gotten out there.
Oh, that's
like I got rid of the original
Undertale. Huh.
Yeah, it's. I have a really interesting history with Undertale. It was the first. I guess it was like the first fandom that really sort of like lifted my channel up from where it was. But the problem was that it was sort of a double-edged sword. I got lifted up and I got just absolutely crushed by people for multiple different reasons. Like, the main one was that I was relatively smaller in terms of viewership. Even though I had a decent amount of people like looking at my stuff, there were other people who were already sort of like doing the fandom songs and everything. And whenever they saw my lyrics and they were like, oh my God, these are awesome. Can I use these? Or like, oh my God, your vocals are awesome. Can I use those? Or, oh my God, the video is awesome. Can I use that? And I'm like, yeah, no, absolutely. This is great. Thank you so much. Like, this is cool. And then those videos that other people would have would get like tens of millions of views. And then all those people who looked at the tens of millions of views see my video that has like maybe 200,000 or something. And they're like, oh, this person's smaller than the other person. They obviously stole it. Let's go tell them off.
Well, lovely.
And it was bad.
The Undertale fandom is a strange place. I mean, there's a reason why like Vinny from Vinesauce refuses to play the game simply because of people who were like terrible to him while he was trying to play it, which sucks.
Yeah.
We were lucky because Undertale was, I think, one of the first games me and him finished all the way through. The only bad part about it was that I forced him to do pacifist when all he wanted to do was kill.
It's not. It's not helping. It's not helping when the first character you get confronted with or have to deal with is Toriel, and she is just like, "Stop mothering me."
Jesus, sweet did your mother not protect you from things when you were a literal child?
She didn't want you to go into danger.
She didn't.
She treated me like a toddler, and I'm obviously not a toddler.
Probably. Are you sure you didn't talk?
I don't know what age you were. All you knew was you, and despite everything, it was still you.
Exactly.
I fell
you
into...
almost got killed by a literal flower. I don't think. For all we know, you do have a soft spot at that point. If you're getting killed by flowers, then you may be a toddler.
Yeah.
But yeah, that raises the question: do we actually still have to do the genocide run at some point?
Yes, you do. You need to release your anger.
I refused to do it. I refused. I absolutely refused to do it.
Yeah, because you have a heart.
Yeah.
You have a heart, and I can assure you, knowing this man, he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm tough as nail.
Oh, but yeah.
I will murder all.
Cami, let me just say before we get to like anything recent happening to you, I like the fact that you put up an R.I.P. barrel thing for Unisanis.
Oh yeah, no, that was really funny. I mean, I did it for the kicks and giggles of it, and like all of the other Mark mods thought it was really funny. Because basically, like, we were all talking about it because we were helping like mod stuff at that time, and so when that contest popped up, they were all like, "So you're doing it, right?" And I was like, "What?" Like, "So you're doing it, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's funny. I'll do it. It'll take me a day." And they're like, "Yes, excellent, dude. That's sick."
Yep, I actually got the Unisanis U2s. It came like a couple weeks ago, but I kept it in the living room, so
I'm actually wearing.
To bring it in.
Yeah, I'm wearing the final second Unisanis sweatshirt actually right now. Like,
that is
the one that has like the 365 on one arm and the 0 on the other.
Oh yeah, I remember it. I also remember people fucking breaking their shop site the last day because I watched that entire stream on the final day of Unisanis.
Yeah, I watched most of it. I helped out for most of it, and then I think the last like 5 minutes I had to start leaving to go to work, and so I remember I switched over to my phone and I just watched the time tick down on my phone in my car, and I was like, dang, that's wild. They actually did it.
Yeah. Next cover that Cami does the "You'll Dig a Grave with Me" song from Unisanis.
I was super proud of them actually though for sticking to their guns and removing all of the content.
Doing it?
Yeah, like going through with it, because that was beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to show people that like inevitably it will end. You will remember everything good and everything bad about it. There are still people posting stuff, and it's really annoying of them too. But
yeah,
like,
the fact that there's still an Unisanis fandom, like.
People
are still making animatics and shit of it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Even as somebody who didn't care about Unisanis at all, I can respect the move in general. Like really doing this artsy thing. And I have, I also can appreciate that Markiplier, or be appreciative of the fact that Markiplier has reached a point where he can pull a stunt like this, where he is able to do it for the art and not just do it because it's his job. So yeah, it's cool that this kind of stuff exists.
He's able to like experiment with different things right now. Like today, actually, he released sort of a similar heist with Markiplier kind of thing, but it's an interview with Wilford Warstash as an animatronic. And it's
I gotta watch that later.
Yeah, I went through it and it's pretty sick. It's pretty interesting. I'm the heck out.
I'm hovering over it. I don't like how that animatronic.
What's wrong with animatronics?
Do I have to show it now?
You got a problem with animatronics? No kidding.
I find the Rose episode of Doctor Who terrifying because I don't like mannequins. I don't like animatronics.
I don't like mannequins.
Oh Jesus! Just the thumbnail is horrifying.
Yeah. It does have deep lore in the new vid.
Yeah, like I am very much a no way. The only animatronics I don't get creeped out by are Disney.
What do you think?
Animatronics, but those are on a whole that's a World's Fair level. But if you send me to a Mr. Charles Chuck E. Cheese restaurant, I'm not gonna have a good time. Those things are just like nah, man. There's a reason that when I play Five Nights at Freddy's, it's still scary to me, no matter how many times I fail a night. It's
like, look how creepy that is!
Yeah, I know, right?
I hate it.
It's so interesting, though, to, like, go through it. Because it has, like, the multiple endings, like the heist does, but it's a lot shorter. And also A Date with Markiplier, which was like the earlier version.
Oh, so you can click choices at the end that lead to
you go through the video, and then by the end of it, it's like, hey, what did you hear? Like, what did you see? And it's like gives you options. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, which this isn't my media, but if you want a cool choose your own adventure thing, Markiplier's Heist with Markiplier actually is.
It's so fun. It's got 36 endings.
It has 36 endings, and I think there's over 60, 70 videos to get to those endings. It's a fucking undertaking, and it's the one good thing that came out of YouTube Premium besides Cobra Kai. And Cobra Kai isn't owned by YouTube anymore.
Yeah, what's so cool about it is that he has different forms of media too. There's like a musical segment in it. There's like epic adventure storytelling. There's animation in it.
Zombies.
It's so cool.
So I guess I will link both of them. What is it? The Heist with Markiplier? Is it behind the paywall still, or is it free by now?
No, it's free. It's free.
Okay,
it's always been free too.
Okay, perfect. Then I will link the Heist with Markiplier as well as the animatronic starting videos down below, so you guys can check it out afterwards. You don't have to leave this video. Stay tuned, please.
Stay tuned because we have to talk more about me.
No, actually, no, we actually are.
Yeah, so besides, we now know very well who you are, which is a good thing. So what's been recently with you? Like, has there been? Have you gone on crazy adventures? Killed any dragons?
In terms of life stuff, I've just been kind of working and have several projects in the barrel, on their way out to becoming public at some point. I just have to finish working on the art and videos and stuff, which granted I work a full-time job on top of the YouTube everything, so it's really hard to balance my time.
Yeah.
So, and that's, oh my gosh, that's a whole different discussion, but I'm gonna hold that for later. But no, for now it's just been pretty chill. In tabletop campaigns, I'm in a dragon heist campaign right now, and one of our players made a deal with the devil. It was great. In order to
when I said killed any dragons, I didn't think I would hit that close to the head.
No, we're friends with a dragon in that campaign. It's a weird, it's a weird dragon though. He's a funky dragon. He's just we saw him. It was a golden dragon. He was just like, well, I'm just happy to be here. We're like, okay. So you're not gonna kill us? No, I just wanted to chill out in this awesome little coastal port you got here, and we're like, okay.
I mean, if you were gonna say funky dragon, I thought you were going to be like the boogeyman in Powerpuff Girls with the pimp jacket and the being all.
No, he's a goofy dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll tolerate that. I'm sure my opinion about your D&D game is so important.
It's so important. No, it's really valued. I'll send the critiques to my DM.
One random blue-haired woman on the internet's opinion just ruins everything.
That's how it usually goes.
But yeah, besides that, it's just been a bunch of projects and work for you. It's very valued, of course. I will make sure that he knows. I will have you know, I have given at least 2 Yelp reviews in my life. Neither of them front page.
Ah, dang. So close. Also, other than that, I'm also working on mechanics for a World of Darkness campaign that I would like to run in the future. Because World of Darkness was my first tabletop, like, ever. I didn't actually start with Dungeons & Dragons. I started with Hunter the Vigil, which is basically, instead of rolling a d20 dice and then adding a bunch of numbers like math and everything, you roll a certain number of d10 dice, and anything 8 and over is considered a success, and the range of success is 0 to 5. So it's a lot easier for my little brain to comprehend. You normally don't go over double digits, which is fantastic. I appreciate that a lot.
Numbers higher than 9 are scary.
They are. You don't know how many there are going to be.
Exactly. The moment you open up a second digit, jeez!
The possibilities are limitless and it's scary.
This is why once someone reaches the age of 10, then it's just downhill from there. But it's a very high hill, so the downhill is gradual over time.
Of course.
It's like falling from Mount Everest, but you're just rolling.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But yeah, if that's all that's going on with you, Max, why don't you talk about what's going on in your week?
Oh boy, so much. So, first of all, have you guys ever heard of Raycon earbuds? Not sponsored. Not sponsored. But, no, look at this. Do I get a sponsorship now, Raycon? Do I get a sponsorship? No, the funny thing is, with all the lockdown and Rona stuff going on, my office is kind of like trying to get people like, stay fit together programs and whatnot. And I got myself talked into joining a running group, like a group,
no. Who told you to do that?
I know, right? No, it was like, I say a running group, so it's not a group that goes running together because still lockdown and social distancing.
Yep,
no, it's a Slack group where we all post our running that we do individually.
No, that sounds real.
I know. I actually want to get back into movement. I used to ride to work by bike throughout the majority of the year, which is a half-hour ride back and forth. So before 2020, I actually had a certain level of fitness.
That's awesome.
Nowadays, I'm getting a hard breath when I have to climb up the one stair to my first floor or second, whatever, one floor up apartment. Like, that was exhausting. No, but my thing was like, I don't want to have any over-ear headphones because those are
so hard to run in.
Yeah, and it also gets gross quickly. Yeah. So I was like, okay, the next YouTube video I see where somebody has a Raycon thingamajig, I will get it. And then I went on the Raycon site and it was like, Valentine's special, get 2 for the second one 50% off. And I'm like, I have this
So you're saying you bought one for me to try? Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, no.
Sure, no problem. No, but the thing was like, so I was sitting there, I have my 15% discount from my YouTuber that I would like to support, or I can get a second one for Denim Ninja with whom I'm living with for half the price, which is objectively a lot more saved money. So I'm like, yo, Denim, you want you want Raycons? You're aware you have to start running if you'd say yes. Okay, you buy them. So now we have 2 fancy.
That's a great thing to come back to.
Absolutely.
How are they though? How
are Raycons? Like legit question, because I hear a lot of people say they're too bassy. Like they don't talk about how bassy they are.
Now you're asking the wrong person, because so far I have primarily used them for audiobooks, which might be the thing that I do during running. I'm not sure yet. Back in the day, I actually used to do running at the end of high school in my early 20s back then. But so we also tried, because they are actually headsets. so you can answer calls, and obviously the quality is not good, not great. So my Bose headphones are a lot better for answering calls with headset. But I mean, yeah, of course, they are stuck in your ear. They have not even, they have literally not even via airways a connection to your mouth. So it's yeah, and yeah.
But I've heard criticisms about the calling abilities.
Yeah,
my thing is just like I hear because I watch like because I have bought things from YouTubers that are like sponsorships to support them, but that's usually stuff like Squarespace, Skillshare, Audible, that kind of stuff. Not Audible. Max gave me Audible. Thank you, Max. But like, but it was the thing of I listen to unbiased reviews and people are just like, it's kind of like Beats headphones where they are really bassy, and if you're listening to certain types of music, that's not really that great. Or when I don't understand YouTubers who say they use it while editing, because it's like, I would not want a super bassy earphone if I'm editing audio, unless
I think it depends on what you're editing, because like if you're the kind of person who likes doing like the super bassy, like the edits where somebody is like doing sort of like a staticky sort of effect where the person's like zooming in, it's like ha ha ha, and like you hear the bass start to climb up. I think it's better to actually have stuff that has a louder bass, because then you're more likely to turn it down and then it won't be as loud.
But would you
hurt people's eardrums.
Good point, but would you wear your Bluetooth in-ear headphones for editing at home anyways?
Absolutely not. But that's if like you're using
if you
if you were only if your baseline was just a pair of like these or skull candies or something you have to pick up at like a Costco, at an Aldi or something, at the checkout line of an Aldi.
Your girl's currently wearing her skull candy earbuds for everything now, so she's been doing that for years.
I mean, luckily
I don't have over-ear headphones.
These whatever they are from Sean for Christmas, which are really good headphones. Even though he mostly picked these ones because I kept complaining that my last over-ear headphones hurt my head after a while, so I didn't have them on a lot because I'm a baby.
But yeah, dear viewers, if you wanna have your own pair of Raycon headphones for the regular price, go to raycon.com, promo code not sponsored, and enjoy it for the regular price.
Oh my God. Nothing would sponsor this podcast.
Oh, and now, but here's the thing. Now they go there, somebody for shits and giggles types in not sponsored, and there's actually a promo behind it. Not ours, sadly.
Some YouTuber has had to pick that as their promo
I know,
code.
but somebody probably did it. But probably somebody did it for shits and giggles, and we are accidentally helping that person.
Either that, I think it'd be a good company move, honestly. If a company decided to do not sponsored for the heck of it, and someone just happened to find, that'd be hilarious.
Kind of.
I mean, that would be great.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, I already think of hypothetical. You know what, chat? Here's a question for you guys. If AWKWARDCast got sponsored by someone, who would you want to be the?
My undies.
I would. No, dead ass. I would love a MeUndies sponsorship.
MeUndies.
Those things look comfy as hell. I saw them sponsor Jenna and Julian back in the day. I don't want any money. I just want free underwear and one of those onesies that they have with the hoods. I want to be a sock, and they can help me live that dream.
But okay. So we have MeUndies, then Audible for obvious reasons, because at least back in the day I used to talk about an audiobook every other week. Nowadays, I don't get to listen to them often enough anymore, so I'm slower on them.
I mean, I was listening to an audiobook earlier while I was drawing. I'm not done with the book yet, so I can't talk about it on media, but you will hear something about the book Junkyard Pirate, sponsored by Audible. Not actually sponsored, don't sue.
Hashtag no sponsored.
Oh my god.
Then of course... Manscaped. We need to talk about Manscaped. So let's talk about clean-shaven balls. Am I right?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's that kind of podcast.
No, it is now.
See, are there any fitness things? Like, we'll move
Probably.
on from this because, God damn it, this ball needs to gain moss.
Okay.
But I would like a fitness thing because, well, I'm a gym buddy. I do a lot of workout and heavy lifting. Some company that sells dumbbells and weights sponsor this podcast so I could stop.
Oh my gosh, I love kettlebell workouts.
And weights.
Dude,
I have a
used to do kettlebell
barbell
workouts
now
all the time. Ooh, nice.
I finally have a barbell. That was fun to find during a pandemic. But like, you know, when the pandemic wasn't happening, I would go to the gym like 5 to 6 times a week, and my working weight used to be near my body weight. I used to be able to bench press 135 pounds. I feel weak.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I still have a little bit of muscle there, but it's not as pumped as it used to be.
Yeah.
I've long ago accepted that I've lost a lot of muscle weight. Like I used to be a varsity swimmer. I was talking about that a little bit earlier before pre-show stuff, but when I was in college, I was a varsity swimmer, and before that, like I swam competitively for like 14 years of my life.
I miss swimming.
And swimming is like I almost miss it. I'm almost at that point. My problem is I got so overworked in it. I lost what I enjoyed about it because it became so much more of like a chore and a job than doing it to enjoy myself. And like I think one thing I remember I loved the most about being underwater is the fact that you literally didn't hear anything. You could just like literally lose yourself in the moment and just like go off into dreamland for like 30 minutes. Like totally forget what's going on, totally forget what the set is, like come up just being like wait, what are we doing? Like what's going on?
I'm a fucking fish dude. If there's any chance to go to a water park or a pool, I will go there and drag anyone who's in my vicinity to that place. And you know, when I was younger, I lived
I need to
by
get back
the beach.
into it.
Because I lived on Long Island, so we would go to
Jones
Beach all the time.
Hey, same!
Wait, you... What? Are you...
I grew up on a beach. I grew up on a beach, my dude.
Oh, wait, East Coast beach or West Coast beach?
East Coast. East Coast, man.
Where were you a New Yorker? Are you a Long Islander?
No, I'm a Southerner, dude. I'm straight out of South Kakalaki, man, South Carolina.
My excitement has dwindled. Anyway, Max, your week.
I'm sorry. Yes. At least it's East Coast.
At least it's East Coast. You're right.
Yeah, but yeah, to wrap my week up quickly with the remaining 2 highlights. Another highlight, I should say, did not just get Raycon earbuds, hashtag still not sponsored. No, we also, we would not be sponsored. We want to keep this free so we can keep fucking up. If we have a sponsor, we have a responsibility, please, no, but... also this week arrived Denim's new desktop computer. Which means we got to play games like Phasmophobia and even Heroes of the Storm again. Like, Heroes was really spooky because new desktop, so she had to install it anyways, but I also didn't have it installed anymore. And
it was funny. It's funny because I play Heroes a lot at like 2 a.m. alone.
Everybody else has stopped. A year ago.
Because I can go on the Blizzard like launcher thing and I can see everyone else's Blizzard accounts and I just see
inactive for a year.
Offline, inactive for over a year, inactive for 32 days. Meanwhile, I'm here just collecting XP, trying to level up my Murky or whatever. Just fun times.
we got a lot of the old crew reactivated. We got Kichi back in. We got Odie back in. We were 5 players. Where was right? Ken was our 5th. No, Was it Ken at the end of the day? Ken earlier said he wanted to, but then... Anyway, no, it was Solar Flare. Solar was there. So all the old gang...
Yeah, Jacob, okay.
Then some Phasmophobia action has been a while, because out of solidarity, I didn't feel like playing Phasmo, while Denim was sitting right there and couldn't, so I was like... Okay, I'm not asking for Phasmophobia. Okay, we are waiting. The new computer is already ordered. So yeah, Phasmo.
I can't even play Phasmophobia. For some reason, it still won't launch games.
They dropped a new update yesterday. So maybe this unclocked whatever was the issue before.
You're talking like Phasmophobia is a toilet, like.
I'm not playing Phasmophobia until a certain event comes up. It is not formally announced yet, so I can't say much about it other than that could be a possibility.
But
Festivus.
Without breaking any NDIs, what you basically are saying between the lines is that you know that shit is still coming for Phasmo, that they're still working on shit?
No. No. I don't work for Phasmophobia. I'm saying I would play Phasmophobia at this thing that I'm going to be doing.
Okay, never mind then. No, I thought you had maybe some insights.
I worked for... Oh my gosh, unfortunately, I am not that fortunate.
I don't know, maybe you are the voice of all the ghosts, or a new ghost that gets put in or something. You get to do the woo.
Oh my gosh, that'd be sick. That'd be so sick. I don't do voice acting though, so...
But
I mean, that would be cool to just be like, so what are you, I heard you're an actor. Yeah, I have a type. Can you give me a sample? Sure. You should hear my Nixon. Like.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so you guys got to play Vigima games.
Yeah, and probably last highlight of this week, and then I pass the ball on to you. On Monday, I signed the contract for the new lease, so the new flat is coming. And I'm leaving the current one. Yeah. And
fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe I do a showing of the flat video on a vlog or something. But yeah, until then, yeah. Keyframe, ball to you. Did anything happen?
No sense of privacy.
Exactly.
Everything needs to be seen by the world so you can get affirmation.
So they can judge you horribly.
Judgment, affirmation, no separation of internet and personal life.
Exactly.
Everything must be seen.
As it must be.
Am I making joke of my opinions? Well, sorry.
No problem.
No, you're fine, dude.
Sassy.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I'm sassy.
Hi, Sassy. I'm Cat.
No, nothing really happened this week. I've kind of decided that existence is hard. So I just kind of have just been floating in my own mind juices for the past week, just marinating. That sounds disgusting. So
you're gonna get fried, or are you gonna get like boiled now?
Oh no. I'm like a fine roast. Like I'm aged Wagyu beef. I'm just old meat.
Beautiful.
Okay, you know what? I heard my brother, because look, I'm padding this out because I didn't have anything happen in my week, so I'm allowed to go on Chrissy ramble time now. So sit.
Okay.
Sit. I'm looking at you. Sit. I listened to my brother and me, and they brought up a good old Travis brought up a good point. Why are we fine with aged beef? That's just meat that they just left in the fridge for a long time. With every other meat, we don't give that amount of fanfare to. But we can leave a piece of steak in the fridge for 2 weeks and say that it's now worth like $70. Why do we do that? I mean, I'm sure there's like a reason. But I don't support it. Just give me a burger. Don't give me your age.
I'm sorry. Burger.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. this is actually the one thing that happened in this week that I liked was I had, for people who don't know, because I usually just state that Lauren is my sister, because she is. I do have a biological sister from my papa, and, you know, we've reconnected over 2020, the one good thing that happened in 2020. And me and her were just having a discussion for a while just about life and things. And then we had, like, whenever I finally get to visit the Northeast again, she was like, oh, if you bring your friends, we gotta... She does not talk like this. When you bring your friends, you gotta, we gotta go out and get some food, you know, go to someplace nice and fancy. And I'm like, do we need to go to a fancy place? And she's like, well, I mean, you live in California now, aren't you? You used to fancy food? I'm like, no. No. And she's like, oh, thank goodness, because fancy food it isn't what it's cracked up to be. And we just had this long agreement of, why does food gotta be fancy? Why do you need to have $1,000 cheese? It's just spoiled milk. Like, because that's just the thing, is that I don't understand. I mean, I love food. I love food, and I love food to taste good. But at the end of the day, I was also raised in a blue-collar Italian family. If you can eat it and it tastes good, what the fuck does it matter? Like, I don't fucking get freaking out over, like, oh, this is apparently the #1 best reviewed pizza in the entire... Pizza is fucking pizza. Steak is fucking steak. You can give me 2-buck chuck, and if it's just cooked well, it's good. I mean, I know that most things cost the way they do because of how the cooks cook it, but I don't know. Am I just an unrefined, like, the plebeian? Am I just a fucking scab in the eyes of the bourgeoisie that I don't understand the point of going to, like, a fancy restaurant? Just buy me a fucking pizza or cook me something, and I'm happy. Like, this was I'm actually paraphrasing this. This conversation went on for 2 hours of us me and my sister were just ranting about fancy food. And because, you know, I live in Los Angeles. She doesn't live in New York City, but she used to. So we just have seen, like, the over glorification of certain things for tourist traps. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I mean, we all have that one genre of food where we're like, no, this has to be the best it can be. For me, out of necessity, I want sushi to be the best it could be because that shit is literally raw fish. So,
yeah,
please be well made.
If anything had to be high quality, please be that.
If anything had to be high quality, it's that. But you know what? The only rich things I want to eat are the people.
Oh my gosh!
Here we go. Whoop, whoop.
Also, 5 days until Chrissy Appreciation Day, aka the day where I'm allowed to be selfish, and everyone has to be nice to me.
Oh my god!
Because I have made my own personalized cycle around the earth, and we need to celebrate that. Because Jesus Christ, how have I made it this far for 24 years?
It's true.
But it's, well, I didn't hear you when I said that there's 5 days till Chrissy Appreciation Day. Were you just displaying horror at the fact that the day is approaching, Max? Because I expect you to participate.
Like, I am not obliged to answer that question.
Day. Yeah, I already agreed, didn't I?
I know.
Oh,
yeah.
I've for people who don't know, Chrissy Appreciation Day means my birthday.
Context. Giving context might not be the worst.
I have had people ask, what the fuck is Chrissy Appreciation Day? I had one person message me on Discord saying, like, so, what horse are you standing on that you think that you can have a whole day about yourself? I'm like, it's my... Can you not put 2 and 2 together that it's my birthday? Like, okay, cool.
Some of our followers.
Some of our followers, yeah, Love you guys. But yeah. But, just to say, before I move on to my media, to go into the birthday thing, I had a scare at the beginning of this week.
Oh yeah.
I went to take a shower, refresh myself, all that stuff, get ready to face the world. And I was brushing my hair, and I looked at my brush, and I saw a strand of silver. And I was like,
dum, dum, dum.
Oh no, the beginning of the end is here. And,
oh, no.
But I had the realization that this hair dye is actually, after like 4 months, finally starting to fade. And underneath it is pure white, because my hair was pure white before then. And I took a closer look, and it's just what happens when the blue dye is fading with the white. It just looks silvery. And I messaged Max being like, I almost had a fucking heart attack. I thought I found a gray hair. And he's just like, what an early gift for your mid-20s.
What a delightful surprise.
Your first gray hair. And it's like, I hate that. I also hate for the fact that when I just scratch my head, I feel like I'm shedding. So I don't know. What's worse, chat? Balding or getting gray hair? Would you rather go bald than go gray?
I mean,
balding.
I have both things going on, so.
Honestly, I would rather have gray hair, because at least you can make gray hair look good.
Same,
like,
yeah.
Bald hair, you have to have a good head. Like, at least with gray hair, you can style it.
There's
like,
a
exactly. If you have gray hair,
here.
you need to style it. My grandfather on my mom's side actually had this condition. I'm so sad I don't have it, because I would have loved it. He actually had a genetic condition that caused his hair to go white, like super early age. Like by 27, 28, he was full head of white hair. And he made it look good. Like, it was amazing.
See, the thing is that with with the little dash of Irish blood I have in me, we don't go gray. We just go white. Like, redheads don't go gray. Redheads usually just go straight. We skip the Silver Age and go straight to white. And I have dark. Believe it or not, I don't naturally have blue hair. Most of my hair is dark coppery red. So I am just awaiting the day I wake up and it's just, I just go white.
Honestly,
and you know what?
My hair is like silver.
That doesn't seem like a bad thing. I could say I'm a Luna
white
cosplayer.
Hair is awesome.
White hair is awesome. I do miss having the white hair that I had my hair dyed as. But like, oh god, I gotta dye it soon. Look at how long it's been since I dyed my hair. That's my virgin roots. Ugh.
I mean,
but yeah.
Like, that's why in my reference I have my hair going like from the brown to like a semi-blondish, because I used to have like full highlights, not like super dramatic highlights or anything, but it was like waterfall highlights specifically for the purpose of I'm probably not going to go do this again for another year, so it needs to look good when it's grown out.
Cami, my friend.
And exactly, it does exactly what I needed to. So it's still
yeah. No, yes. I'm just saying, this dye job is the tamest my hair has been in a long time. I have had my hair be the entire fucking rainbow. This thing is a canvas that I dye every few months. I have had people stop me to ask me who did my hair, and then they become my friends. I know, right? I had someone stop me at downtown Disney while I was waiting for pizza to ask, like, who did your hair? I'm a hairdresser, and it's like, oh no, I did it myself. And then I come out, and Max is like, you can talk to people. It's like, yeah, I can. I miss those days. But also, I'm stealing the term brunette. Denim, thank you very much. That is mine now, and I'm going to the trademark office.
Oh,
but
you
yes,
have to beat Hilda on your way there. But yeah, talking about stuff. Media, am I right?
Yes.
Media?
I was stuck between two media, so I'll let you guys pick.
Okay.
It's either a TV show that is just an animated version of a podcast, or a podcast. Which one should I talk about?
TV show that's an animated version. This is not Midnight Gospel. Is it Midnight Gospel?
No. It's Ricky Gervais show.
Ah.
It's either Ricky Gervais show or simply Podlogical. I'm talking about either one. They are two very different things. But they both center around podcasts. So which one do I talk about? Because I can't pick. I've tried.
Flip a coin.
Oh, do I?
Oh, so somebody, hell yeah, Ricky Gervais, says Odie. So let's go with Ricky. Yeah, we have 2 votes for Ricky now.
I have all these Pokemon coins. I could have flipped them.
Well, flip a Pokemon coin then and let it land on the Ricky Gervais side.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll use Score Bunny. Heads is Ricky Gervais. The back is simply Podlogical. It did land on face, so I am talking about Ricky Gervais show.
Do you have a link for me?
Yeah, I'll get you a link.
Thank you. Because I would not know what to look for. Because Ricky Gervais would probably give me a lot of pictures of him.
Actually, if you type in Ricky Gervais show, it goes. Someone uploaded all the episodes. Wait, apparently.
This is a podcast.
It's an animated version of a podcast.
That looks very interesting for a podcast.
Yes, and I will talk about it now.
Well, let's do it then.
Okay.
Okay, gee.
Yeah, man. Would you believe that that next week will be like 8 years since we've met? Nothing's changed.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the Ricky Gervais show used to be like a radio show in the UK that had Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington, and it got adapted into a podcast, and then it got adapted into a TV show, which is this, and it really just is animated segments of the podcast. Like if you see any of those My Brother and Me animatics, it's like that, but a show, and it's just a bunch of audio recordings of pointless conversations, and the animation just puts the conversations in a literal context. And
it's not just some YouTube shenanigans, which is a 2 or 3 minute clip.
No, it was an actual like show that aired for 39 episodes on like Channel 4 in the UK.
Nice.
And yeah, it was funny enough. The studio that animated this is the studio that would become DHX that made like the Pony Show and stuff.
Huh.
So yeah. BoJack Horseman. No, the other Pony Show. But and you know, I respect the whole thing where it was made to look like UPA cartoons, like super simplistic and super silly looking. Especially since if you look at any of these designs, I don't think you would think Stephen Merchant and Ricky Gervais. But I dig it. I dig it so much. And it's definitely a show for a certain type of person. Because these are just pointless conversations, putting it in literal context. I would say it's the Midnight Gospel for people who don't want to deal with the deepness of Midnight Gospel. Like...
Or would you say
yes.
if it's like, for example, the other Cox and Crand or
yes, they are very much like that
animations, but while those are just 2 or 3 minutes, this is an entire
is a whole show.
Nice. Okay, I'm already hooked.
Yeah, because this is like a 25-minute show. Yeah, and I really love it. Ricky and Carl and Steven have such great chemistry, which is not a surprise because, you know, Steven and Ricky made The Office and Extras, so they know each other from making British TV shows. Okay. But and Carl is not like an actor. He was a radio producer, so he helped make the radio show originally. But they all just have such great chemistry with each other. It's it's just so fucking good. And, you know, it doesn't air anymore. It aired from 2010 to 2012 because Ricky was like, I want this show to end on a high note. They didn't want it to go on forever, which is just an aspect about UK creators that American people need to learn. The Office was 12 episodes back in the UK.
Yeah, I mean,
you wouldn't believe that looking at the US one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, a podcast. I mean, at some point when you reach like your 167th episode, you should really consider now, shouldn't you?
The problem with stuff getting
also, hello and welcome to the 167th episode of the AWKWARDCast.
Oh my gosh. No, the problem with extending things so long is that what ends up happening is that you always have to keep on one-upping yourself, and it gets to the point where everyone goes, well, this is ridiculous. This would never happen. This would never go that far. And you're like, well, it would have stopped here, but you wanted more. But you needed more, so I'm giving you more. And so sadly, then we end up with people who have faced gods and then end up dying from normal human diseases.
But
I mean, like, we...
Yes,
yeah, like
podcast.
But to say, just to add on to Cami's thing, I had a conversation with someone this week about this kind of stuff because we were talking about Family Guy, which is a great example of something that's gone on for too long. But the thing is that because I was just in a call and I started looking up like season 1, season 2 Family Guy jokes that are actually funny. You know, back when Seth MacFarlane actually worked on the show and wasn't just an actor. And me and my friend Chi-Chi, you know Chi-Chi, Cami. We had like this thought. So much. We all love Chi-Chi. She's a precious, precious bean.
When is she back on the show?
I know, we need to get her back. But we had this realization of, I think that it won't die because it already died before. Because that was the first show ever to come back from cancellation purely from home media sales. So I think it's just Fox does not want to let it die because it already did the impossible. So it's just like, now you're immortal. And you know what happens when you're immortal?
Now you
degrade in a way that's worse than death. But yeah, the Ricky Gervais show is not an example of that.
And I mean, there is a different thing in a podcast, which is just people talking, compared to a show like The Office, where in a podcast, this one-upping doesn't really happen. It's just like, it lives from the conversation and not from doing crazy stuff, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. But I really recommend this show because it just feels... Because, these are just off-the-cuff conversations that these guys had, and they'll just talk about pointless things, and seeing it get animated is just a delight because you see the visuals that they come up with simply from talking about like I think one conversation they have is like, what would you do if it was the end of the world or something? And like Steven's talking about he would finally snap and do something terrible, and he's like, and everyone else is like, well, what about the other person who's trying to live his last day of the world? And Steven's like, I don't know, because I want to, because I don't care, because it's the last day of the world. What would you do, Carl? I think I would want to kick a goose up in the ass. And it's just like, it's that kind of friendship, and it's just an energy that I just like watching. And it's also, if you like Wheatley from Portal, you get to hear him for 39 episodes, which is also very much a treat. Because Stephen Merchant is the voice of Wheatley.
Oh, neato. I like Wheatley.
Mr. Mantis-looking man. But I think, it's uploaded all to YouTube. I don't think that's where it's supposed to be. So, but, I'm not saying... don't watch it there if that's your only means to watch it. You could also probably find it on Amazon Prime or something, throw it a few bucks, because that money goes to the people that made the show. Just saying. But if you don't have any money dollars, but you still want to see if you like it for when you eventually do have money dollars, I'm not telling you to commit crimes.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the people who wouldn't like this are people who they don't vibe with I don't know if you would call this absurdism. Like, if you like something that's very narrative driven, and that's your preferred media consumption. So you like listening to a full-on book. You like a show that has an actual 3-act structure.
I mean,
you don't like you don't like
you're talking to the audience. You're talking to the audience of this podcast.
Well, I mean, we are also just a general. We also we're personalities. People will watch something for a person's personality over anything.
And Rick doesn't.
But if you're,
oh yeah.
Well, Rick has a personality. I'm saying if they have never watched a Ricky Gervais thing before, but I would say like if you don't like pointlessness, you won't like this, and which is its biggest strength, but to some people it would be its biggest weakness. But I would say go watch it. It's only 39 episodes. Like each season's only 13 episodes.
Okie dokie. That sounds good. Then, Cami, how about you? Do you want to go next with your media? And then I will try to.
Sure.
Then I will try to wrap up very quickly because we are already an hour in.
This is what happens when we get guests that we like.
I know. Likeable guests. Gross. Cami, can you please be a little bit more boring and less communicative?
Can you be unlikable?
Can you be
check
more?
Your phone
could you
a lot?
please?
I mean, we can't see you checking your phone.
Could you please try to be more like me?
Well, let's see.
Because we all know that people are here for Keyframe.
What was that? Your attempt at a German accent?
That was my very piss poor attempt at a German accent.
No, keep going.
Yeah, please.
You and I should both become German, and he should try to be American.
Absolutely. No, but here's the thing. Okay, Cami, give us your media, but you have to do it in a German accent now. Go.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. I've never. See, what I want to do is I want to go into a French accent. That's what.
Oh, oui, Chardonnay.
Is it okay if I do that instead because it is much more comfortable for me?
I mean, Max's accent is a bastardized French and German accent, so go right ahead.
Since when?
Your accent is not like a normal German person's. We've discussed this.
But when I do an actual France accent, it sounds more like this after all. So.
Oui.
Bon. Non, parlez François.
Oh, tu ne parles français?
Je ne parle français.
Oh, tu ne parles français pas? Okay.
François,
I just mixed up my jargon there. I haven't spoken like coherent French in a while, so.
I have never spoken cohesive French.
I can read French fluently, and I could speak it conversation. I took 4 years of college French in high school. Lord knows I will do anything I can to make those wasted hours worth it.
Listen, like, I feel that. What's really interesting is that when it comes to language stuff like that, like, my dad is fluent in French. He cannot write it. He cannot write it at all. But you have a conversation with him, he can talk your ear off for hours. But I'm sort of in that same vein where it's like I can understand what people are saying when they're talking to me. It takes me a little while to sort of like formulate what I'm gonna say. I cannot write it. It just does not come to me at all. Okay, sorry, I distracted conversation.
Oh yeah, your media.
Yes, my media. So I'm super basic and it's super relevant and super recent. I paid the $30 to watch Raya, The Last Dragon.
Oh no!
Oh no, we're not watching that till tomorrow. Please be as spoiler-free as possible.
I will be as spoiler-free as possible, especially because there may be people here who have not seen it before. It was a good movie. It had a good story. I did enjoy it. There were a couple of things that I was kind of about, but for the most part, it's enjoyable. Like, if you really want to go into like a full-on conversation about it, you definitely can. If you want to go on a full-blown argument about it, you totally can. However, for the most part, it is a decent film.
Decent?
Yeah.
Decent sounds so low-key. I mean, I avoid spoilers too, but from the little feedback that I got, people were pretty positive.
Like, it's a good film. I just, like, for me personally, I don't know enough about what it's trying to represent in order to give a decent argument. Okay. That's why I'm kind of like, it's for what it is and for what I know of what it is good.
Okay.
I just don't have the same perspective that some folks do, where like I kind of I went into a rabbit hole of starting reading some of the reviews before I like popped on there. And for a lot of people were like, oh my God, so good, 10 out of 10. Oh my God, I love it, I'm crying. And then there were some people who were like, rah, rage, rah. But that's how every single movie is that comes out.
Yeah, especially it's the sad double-edged sword, especially when it comes to Disney animated films and Disney films in general. But Disney animated films are the ones in higher frequency in wanting to expand the cultures represented. There will always be these fuck-ups in
you gotta start with the basics, man. You gotta start with the basics.
Or what cultures they put together, because I know that a lot of people's criticism was that they meshed a lot of Southeast Asian countries' cultures together when so many of them are unique to themselves. And
I think what needs to be aware, though, is that this is directed at children. Disney is a family feature. And I totally understand you want stuff to be represented more. Kids got to start somewhere. And then they can build on what they see.
I would say, like, it is also the thing of, you know, talking as a random ass Italian woman, you know, just that there will always be a level of effort to the research and development of the movies that will will not hit someone's standard. Because, you know, they did a lot of research for Moana in what traditional clothing is and Polynesian culture and stuff, but there was still stuff that they inevitably omitted or got wrong for the sake of the narrative they were trying to tell that was not inherently hinged upon the culture of the character and setting.
I have the feeling Odie has something to say about South American culture treatment.
Listen, we are not good at representation. We're working on it. That's the thing that I'm seeing about like Moana and Raya and like all this stuff. We're not good at it. We are definitely better at it than we were. We are getting a little bit better, step by step.
We're not Pocahontas anymore. We're better.
We're not Pocahontas anymore, exactly. And the other thing is, like, a lot of these people who are in media right now are starting to see that everybody who's underneath them wants to see more of this. And the fact is, inevitably, these people who are underneath them, who are watching all this stuff and getting inspired, are gonna be the ones who end up in those seats one day. And then they're gonna have the power to be able to, like, bend it even more to their will and like go through even more research, put all this other cool stuff in it. So inevitably, this is like opening the window so that people can break down the door.
Yeah, it's a domino effect. And it's also the thing of when you realize I had this revelation when Soul came out, when someone stated, oh yeah, that's the first Pixar movie with a black protagonist. And then I realized that Pixar...
That's false. That is false.
Okay, Frozone is...
Princess and the Frog. Princess and the Frog!
Pixar, not Disney. Pixar.
Oh, Pixar.
Like just the... Yeah, Pixar.
Okay, sorry. I was just thinking animated films in general. I'm like,
no. Pixar. No, it was Pixar. And then you realize, oh yeah, Pixar's still been around since the 90s. And, you know, there's a bigger conversation to be had about how long it took for them to get a black Disney princess. But it's the thing of, like, you know, there was also
losing my marbles.
There was also the whole thing of when Over the Moon came out, and I was looking at the cast list for it, and I realized, man, they got most of the big Asian actor names. And the thing is that I would not say that a lot of them count as what people would consider A-list, which says something, doesn't it? But yeah, so I understand the people who feel like their culture was not represented enough, they are valid in feeling that way. Yeah. But I also understand that as just a movie with its own like narrative culture aside, if it's good, it's good. But it's still your opinion on it.
I think another movie that does like yeah, I think another movie that does a decent job of doing representation better. I don't want to say right, like only because like I personally do not know enough about what goes into the film and what they're trying to do. Over the Moon was a good movie. The story itself was very sort of like go-to in the sense of like you can kind of see what's going on in it, but it was a good movie. And it was done, it was done by like a smaller company, and it was just I could go off on that. I'm gonna stop though because Raya was my media. So Raya,
fair point.
But yeah,
Raya.
would you say Raya is worth the premiere access money you have to pay on Disney Plus?
Go see it in a theater. I don't necessarily know if it was worth the $30. I'm glad that I have it. I'm glad that I can watch it now whenever I want to, because it was good enough that I want to watch it again. The music is stellar. Oh my god, the soundtrack. Whenever the soundtrack drops for this movie, I am buying it because it was that good. That is like, the music is so up my alley. I'm like, you gotta hit that right. They hit it right in some of the parts. Like I'm sitting there like, oh, I'm so hype about this part.
I'm just imagining you sitting on your couch watching the movie, and when something starts happening, you're clapping like, yeah, play that music.
Exactly. Play that funky music movie. Play that funky music right. Yeah.
Oh god. But okay, so who would you think wouldn't like Raya?
People who want to start arguments, inevitably, and people who know more about the cultures than I do, probably. Because there are definitely things that I could sit there and I'm like, I see what they're getting at, because I read some of the reviews from people who were pissed, and like watching it with sort of like that sort of back in my mind kind of viewing gave me the idea. I was like, okay, I see what they're talking about. So I wasn't going into it necessarily completely blind. If you would like to into it completely blind, I actually would recommend that more than trying to do what I did and reading the reviews and then watching the movie. Just like enjoy it for what it is. And then if you want to have the argument, you can go back into it and be like, okay, how is this wrong? How are you incorrect, and how can I exploit that for my own personal gain?
Okay. Well, that's quite a good descriptor of who would not like this? Someone who doesn't want to like it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Like someone who purposely is already like writing it off.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure me and Max will have things to say about it next week when we finally watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this movie was supposed to come out on Chrissy Appreciation Day, and then they moved it up to March 5th.
How dare they give us stuff earlier than they promised.
Exactly. But yes, Max, what is
final
your
media?
Make it fast.
I will try to make it fast. So my media goes where no other. Oh wait, why is the audio? Where no other person on this podcast has. Oh,
not this show.
Oh, really? That bad? Okay.
Wait,
I do not. I'm not a big fan of Lower Decks as a Star Trek fan.
Oh!
So, yes, it is Star Trek's Lower Decks, which is weird on a conceptual level already, because it is legit canon. So I was looking something up from because I wanted to figure something out about season's finale, so I cannot say more, but something in the season finale was like, wait, I need to figure this out. I missed something, or I was lacking something. So I went on an official Star Trek wiki, and about a race, there was like, here is the first appearance with the Enterprise, here they interacted with Deep Space Nine, and here is the thing that happened to them in Underdecks, Lower Decks, and I'm like, this is canon. This show is canon. Even so, look at what you're seeing. This is so not Star Trek.
You said he was canon as the dude just ripped his shirt off, and I'm like,
yes,
this is canon.
Yeah, look at this shit. Look at this. This is now actual Star Trek canon. Even so, it's tonally so different, because here's the thing about this show. How I experienced this show was like, especially if you look at the art style and stuff, it looks like Star Trek heard of the popularity of Rick and Morty and wanted to do that.
It's created by one of the main writers for Rick and Morty.
This explains a lot because it has a lot of Rick and Morty energy.
Why?
But
oh my God!
Without
I'm gonna let you state your opinion about this show because I have words about this.
I have words about this show as well. So first of all, the general energy is like Star Trek saw Rick and Morty and wanted to be Rick and Morty, but without 100% committing, without going full Adult Swim on it. So it's not as ugly, it's not as gory. I mean, since I have Amazon Prime, I actually watched it in its natural habitat. So Amazon Prime, and at the beginning of every episode, you get the little warnings like sexual content, drug, alcohol content. I'm like, really? That's what you call sexual? You had a person having her shirt untied for a second. So
I would say of the Rick and Morty adjacent content, you have like Lower Decks here, then Rick and Morty actually, and then Solar Opposites on the top of it, because Solar Opposites goes, Jesus Christ, like they have full on animated sex at some point.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But it's comparatively tame if you compare it with even Rick and Morty, and I still haven't watched Solar Opposites. I need to get around to this someday. But yeah, so it feels like kind of in between, a little bit like tries to be two things at one, which takes a little bit away from it. On the other hand, due to it being cleaner and probably having a higher production than Rick and Morty, it is good to look at. I mean, depending that you like the art style.
Studio, yeah, like I know the studio that does this show. It's Titmouse, the people who do Mau Mau and stuff. Like great animation.
Yeah, it's top.
Titmouse is also doing the Critical Role animated series.
Oh, really? Are they?
Yes.
Oh, neato.
I believe it's Titmouse.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, but yeah. So
yes, it's
visually. Unless you have an issue with this kind of lengthy art style for characters, visually top, and it has a lot of action scenes going on there. So good animation. No bad word about this. So it's a high production value production, definitely. Voice acting also great. So yeah, but to get a little bit into the so first we have this issue that it's like doesn't really know what it wants to be, and it is canon, but then again it's also like this kind of humor where it is very crass at times, and where they act so very not Starfleet, and all are like, oh god, yeah, oh, and then Q came by, and then have they talk about the original show like a fan fiction would, often enough. And and then on a very immediate, like taking all of this out of the picture, like taking the show on its own merits, I have issues with the characters. So you have our surrogate, I guess, our primary character, the dude down here, who is just an unlikable douche. Yeah, he's an unlikable douche. I don't like him. He's an ass. He's a kind of like overachiever, but he's still in the lower deck, so he's an ensign. He's kind of a failure. He wants to be cool. He is like the stiffler for rules and the brown nosing all the time. Then on the other hand, you have Meredith, I believe.
Something like that. I am exhausted by the two main characters of this show. But I'm also exhausted with the tropes that they represent. This show would be 10 times more entertaining if the cyborg and the alien were the main characters.
Thank you. Absolutely. Because he an unlikable douche, for some reason best friends with her, and she is basically the show tries to give her a little bit of depth, but at the end of the day, I would say she's Mary Suge, because, I mean, she has this thing that she in the show, she has been through all the stuff already, and she is kind of voluntarily still Lower Decks ensign. But she is
she got demoted because she got disillusioned, which is a good concept, but they don't do anything.
At the end of the day, she is like they don't go crass enough with it like they go with Rick. She is basically just a Mary Sue. Kind of. I would say
that drinks a lot.
Yeah, like, she is a flawed character, but at the end of the day, no. The thing about a Mary Sue is usually that they solve anything that happens to them with ease, and this is exactly what she does until the very end, where it becomes more about her and her inner struggles. She solves everything like in a blink of an eye. It's like she's very overpowered. But
the pilot. The first episode really shows every flaw with this show. But like the thing is that Tendi Tendi and Sam are so fucking good. Mm-hmm. I love them. They are just legitimately great characters, and I wish this show had them as the main characters. Also because I think it would be cool if Star Trek actually had a cyborg and an alien as their actual main characters.
Talking about...
Because they're always supporting roles.
Yeah.
And I think, like, this would... Because Tendi is, like, working to be a doctor, like, on the ship, and she's like an Orion. She's an alien.
Yeah.
She's adorable, and I love her, and she looks like me, so I have a bias.
Oh, good point, actually.
Well, because Lauren actually was on the short list to be a character designer for this show. And she kept saying that every time she had to draw the character, she was like, I would just think about what would you do? Because she's very much like you. Oh, did I die?
No, we lost our guest, but you are still here. But
no,
Cami's get.
On me.
It happens.
It's okay. It happens. But like, yeah, Tendi is great. I love her. Because she's also that... The show needs to use her optimism to offset the nihilism a lot more, but they don't, because you have two nihilistic characters that get most of the screen time. And also, Sam is adorable because he's a human that has a new cyborg implant, and he's still getting used to it. And it's just I love him. Why can't these be the main characters? Why do you have two good characters right here, and instead you want to have these arguably a Rick and Jerry types to be the main characters? It's like, we have enough of these. Yeah. This show reeks of executive meddling, like they just wanted to hit the points. Because I feel like there's a good show in here.
Yeah, I mean, it kept me watching to the end of it. At the end of the day. Even so, I am completely sharing your frustration in the two main characters. And yeah, and maybe one last thing I have to say about it is that for the season's finale, the show gives you another complete tonal whiplash. It's like the show always has like shenanigans going on, and they all solve it like because they are Starfleet, and they are like, I get there. I mean, it's also implied that the ship they are on is not this kind of frontline ship like the Enterprise is, but more like the second wave kind of ship. So they are all a little bit disillusioned and in their own, they have their own thing going on. But yeah, for the most of the season, they all take everything like kind of nonchalantly, and they do their sometimes badass stuff, sometimes stupid stuff, and it just happens. And then, but everything, they always usually come out on top. And then season's finale, out of nowhere, shit hits the fan, and you're like, is this still the same wacky shenanigans show I started watching for 9 episodes?
It has Torchwood syndrome.
Oh, I mean, not that bad, because in Torchwood I cared about
the characters. It's not that bad, but you can't deny that there's shades. You can't deny that there's shades of it.
Yeah, but like, so where does this leave us? Unless you have more to say about the show, either of you.
I mean, like, I feel like give the show a chance if you have Amazon Prime if you're international, or Paramount Plus if you're in the US and want to pay for Paramount Plus. But like, give it a chance. There's good things in it. You'll at least find 2 characters you'll like.
True.
And hey, they made a reference to the animated series because the main doctor on the ship is a cat alien, which is cool, even though I don't like her.
I believe
there's so many Ricks on this show. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, I would basically come to the same conclusion. If you already have access to this show, I guess check it out because it has good elements, especially on the production side, going for it. But I wouldn't give too high expectations, and I would not recommend anybody to get a subscription for a service just for this show. That's my facet. And I guess, Chrissy, you can probably throw in, like, as a hardcore Star Trek fan, it's also a no-go.
You'll get very annoyed as a hardcore Trekkie. Like, people don't know how much I'm into Star Trek. I'm really into Star Trek. I was more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars person. So, this... And you know how much of a kick in the ass it is that Lower Decks and Picard came around the same fucking time. So all my Star Trek content was shit because fuck Picard.
For context, for people trying to know how to narrow you down as a Star Trek fan, the J.J. Abrams reboot, yes or no? Okay, because I know hardcore Star Trek fans who were like, no, everything that since J.J. Abrams touched it, this is not Star Trek anymore, fuck this, So I just to get people's idea where you are at.
With most franchises, though, I have the general opinion that reinterpretations, and if a franchise goes on for as long as Star Trek or any other thing does, I am not going to say that an era that something is invalidated because it doesn't fit my expectations. Star Trek Lower Decks and Picard are Star Trek properties. I just don't like them. But also, a lot of the casting choices in the J.J. Abrams movies are pretty good. I like the person they picked for Spock and Aurora. Don't know about my opinion of their casting of Khan, but I don't know about my opinion for the casting of Khan in the original movie. But given what he's supposed to be, and then picking Ricardo Montalban, but you know, enough cynicism towards. Yeah, Q&A.
Before we go to the Q&A lightning round, of course, a shout out to the art of the week by Noah the Cartoon Guy. I had to pick, and it was not easy, but one of the rest in peace anti-sand/images or retweeted on Keyframes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to give a 30-second elevator pitch what this is about?
For context, my friend Derek, Salty DK Dan, did a Pokemon Nuzlocke, but each Pokemon that they caught was a friend that was randomly selected. So we got to pick how characters fight and everything, and we got to basically LARP as Pokemon during the entire Nuzlocke, and I got to play an old Jewish grandmother named Auntie Sandslash, and the entire audience loved me, and I died in the last episode, and everyone's hearts became that screaming, crying cat meme that people use on Twitter. It was great. So there's a lot of R.I.P. Auntie Sandslash. My last words was, Auntie loves you, and then I died.
No.
It was my plan all along to make a really likable character. So when I died, because I was a fucking Sandslash, which is a normal type, not very useful Pokemon after a while, so that when I died, the entire chat's hearts would break. And I achieved it. But what did I achieve, truly? Because I felt so bad after I died and I saw everyone be sad.
You shouldn't feel bad for that. Suffering is content. Suffering is content.
But one question, Keyframe, is this on, did Salty upload the VODs anywhere?
Salty, all the VODs are on Salty's VOD channel, which I will give you to put in the description.
Thank you.
Because he will be putting up the actual episodes of it on his channel later this month, if not the beginning of next month. Keep in mind, it was like 8 streams, and each stream was like 5 to 6 hours long.
Oof.
So there's a lot of content. So,
but yeah, now for reals.
Yeah, lightning round.
Okay, the good thing about our lightning round attempt is that I have only a single question. Oh, wait, there's a second one just coming in.
You tempted fate.
I did tempt fate 5 minutes ago. Well, I guess I give in to the fate temptation there. Plot Point Media asks, do you think you will ever create songs inspired by your other D&D characters? This question, I have the feeling, goes very specifically to you, Cami, because I don't have any D&D characters and I don't sing.
Yeah, no. I definitely could if I get really inspired by something that happens to a character. At the very least, if I don't make a song, I might make an animatic about it because I have feelings, and I have feelings like any other human being. And the way that I get those feelings out is through my creative, like, venting stuff. So you'll probably see other characters at some point. It's just that Danny is my moneymaker. She is who brings all the boys to the yard.
Hey.
She's like, I'm better than you. So Danny's sort of like the head of my channel until someone else rolls along and kicks her out.
Keyframe, since you do sing and you do have OCs worth singing about, do you have any
Would
intentions
I make songs
to...
based off my OCs?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I should make an anti-Sandslash song. I should make anti-Sandslash's lullaby or something but I have to sing it as the character. I have to sing as the character, so she'll talk like this while she's singing. So it's just, that would be so sad.
And the best part about that, if you do a lullaby to music box, do it.
Oh my god, my friend Oni was a wheezing in the fucking Nuzlocke, and he makes music.
You're welcome.
I gotta go. But I mean,
make it happen, people.
Yeah, I mean, besides that, there will be songs based off like Abby and Theo because I do plan that when the show gets picked up, there's going to be musical numbers. So, but there you go. The Ghost Girl will sing.
Nice.
Yeah, the Ghost Girl will sing. And the German boy will try to sing.
Or, I mean, it's common practice. It used to be common practice in the past to have alternative voices, voice actors for the singing.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. If the show actually got picked up by a streaming network or something, I think it would be in the budget to give you a vocal coach.
Oh my!
I would do that because I don't like character. While I'm looking for the next question, I don't like when characters have different singing actors. I don't like the disparity. I kind of like in All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Because I'm looking, I've seen some voice actors who have tried, and they're not singers, and they didn't go to the coaching classes, I think, to make it better. And I'm just like, oh.
Well, see, that's the difference. But, like, I like Burt Reynolds in All Dogs Go to Heaven or Greg in Steven Universe. People who are actors who are not singers, but they still sing, and it just sounds more real. I like real.
But while you are still looking for a question, may I ask you a question, hoping that you're multitasking enough?
Sure, go ahead.
Why did you post that?
I was looking on Twitter while we were talking, and Jaxblade, my favorite man, just put that this is reality and I can bend it to my will with this picture, and I really just wanted to show it because it made me smile. Because oh my god, Jax is my favorite person when it comes to this fucking dumbass Lola Bunny discourse on Twitter. Jax is my favorite person.
Yeah, I look over there to where we have the Discord call going, and I suddenly, without context, just see this picture, and I'm like, what am I missing? Anyway,
it's just funny. I also like the idea of Lola having the Infinity Gauntlet.
No, what's so funny is that all the Lola controversy is something me and my friends have been talking about and just like finding really hilarious memes.
I mean, I am on board with that.
I think I don't know who this voice actor is. Oh, they're not even like a dedicated, like, or they're not like super big. But they are a voice actor, and they just made heckin' I don't remember the dude's name, but the villain for Flash. They made him go on a random,
Reverse Flash?
Yes, Reverse Flash. They made Reverse Flash say this whole time about how Lola Bunny got like desexualized because by doing that, the blood flow will be decreased in Flash, and it'll make him 1 millisecond slower. And that's like
I love the Reverse Flash meme. Someone did it with that they took Flash's Twitter account and made a bunch of dummy accounts. So all he sees is Among Us memes, so he loses his fucking mind, and I love it. But yeah,
that way you kill Iris.
Just going to go to the question, but also the Lola Bunny discourse is stupid. The piece that everyone's sharing is fan art. It's funny, but Jesus Christ, she didn't have big boobs in the first place. Shut the fuck up. But you know
how they draw her. It's not that she had the big boobs.
But she also, they just gave her Judy Hopps' body, which I am perfectly fine with. Because that's me. Hips and not a lot going on top. And that makes me happy. But yes, question. What is, from Fictionist PPM, what's everyone's favorite version of the Doctor from Doctor Who? I don't know if you're a Doctor Who person, Cami.
I'm not a Doctor Who person, so I cannot give a definitive answer.
Fair.
You need to bullshit an answer. Like,
from the doctors that you have seen through memes and social media, which one was the most appealing to you visually?
All I can think of is how much it probably would have hurt hearing the doctor say, "I don't want to go." And so that's the one I'm going to pick.
I mean, I can tell you, it hurts.
It's David Tennant. You cannot go wrong with David Tennant.
David Tennant is my favorite doctor.
Easy answer.
Easy answer.
David Tennant's probably the best looking doctor in leather, but I don't know. I haven't seen Peter Capaldi wear leather. But okay, Max, you and I actually are Whovians. So what is yours?
I mean, disclaimer, I have not really watched anything before the 2005 reboot. Being the OCD that I am, I tried to go when I was in my high Whovian phase and there was a hiatus or something. I was still in college and had too much time. I was like, okay, I watch all of Doctor Who from the beginning. So
you've never seen Tom Baker, Doctor?
No. So I went back to the very beginning, but since the third or fourth episode is already a lost episode, and there was only an audio with a still frame available, I already was like, interest was gone, and I just focused on the ongoing show. So only newer Doctors will be in it. I mean, as I said before, you cannot go wrong with David Tennant. So he's absolute bam, but he's also too easy of an answer because he's David Tennant. Come on. So I'm not going with David Tennant. I personally, despite all the shenanigans that, especially in hindsight, are not very pretty, that Stephen Moffat pulled through the entire runtime of Matt Smith, I guess. He took over and started with Matt Smith, right?
Yeah, he left after Capaldi because when Jodie took over, I think they had a new showrunner at that point.
Yeah, Capaldi took some time to grow on me, but I want to go with
Capaldi.
And at the end I loved him absolutely, but I dare to say I probably go with Matt Smith as my favorite. But we have close competition.
To state my beginning with the Whovian, I started with Tom Baker, so I've been watching since the fourth Doctor, because my dad actually liked original Doctor Who, so he started me with Tom Baker, and but my dad's favorite was the good old fifth Doctor, the good old celery in the lapel.
Baker is the scarf, right?
Baker's the scarf. Peter Davidson is the orange hat. And then you got Colin Baker, which is like the big, like, bright, gaudy suit, because it was the 80s. But my favorites are probably, which I'm an outlier apparently, is Christopher Eccleston, good old Ninth Doctor, who needed more than one season. I love him to bits, and he has the achievement that he made Rose when Rose was likable when it was with Chris, because how they wrote Chris's Doctor, he didn't take any of Rose's bullshit. Meanwhile, David Tennant's Doctor was so lovey-dovey with her. But yeah, no. My favorite is Chris, and then in a tie to second place is Peter Capaldi's Doctor, simply because Peter Capaldi's Doctor radiated the energy of the Ninth Doctor. So I like assholes, and he was an old asshole, which means I liked him more. I haven't watched much of Jodie, but that's just because I haven't had time. But from what I saw in the Christmas special, I like her, and I I hope that she does. I hope that she gets another season. I've heard conflicting reports because they're not filming right now. So I don't know, but you know, it is what it is.
About her, the writing was just really awful. So she, as a doctor, had not really a good chance. The writing was awful.
Sad, because I love her look.
Yeah, I was actually like, yeah, female doctor, I'm on board with this, and I watched it, but it's fizzled out, and I lost all my excitement. At some point, I didn't continue. I probably watched like 4 or 5 episodes into her season, but it was just like, I don't feel it, and I don't think it was her fault. I'm pretty sure it was the showrunners.
I mean, my favorite character of all of Doctor Who is K9, for obvious reasons.
Affirmative.
I mean, who does it? Yeah, I mean, and also Sarah Jane, best companion.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she had this head-to-head with Rose, and Rose made the better points.
How do I delete you from a call that we're in? I can remove you from the group because I made the group.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to do that because that would fuck over the entire stream. But now you know I have power. The ball is in my court. I am the master. But no, so thank you for the question. I know we have one more on Twitter.
Yes. And you may guess who asked it.
Is it our good pal J-Rock?
It is our good pal J-Rock. And you can guess what kind of question it is.
Is it a would you rather?
It is a would you rather. Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to ask Cami, do you have do you need to go soon because we could speed up even faster?
I don't have to be anywhere fast right now.
Okay.
So
okay, just checking because to say to folks, Cami needed to be scheduled many times.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. It's just a thing I just want to keep in mind because this is a longer show than what we usually do because we're having a good time.
Yeah, so. but also this disclaimer from my end, since I, besides the guest, are usually the second earliest person who have to go. Tomorrow is a national... No, it's not a national, but a state holiday. Berlin is appreciative of women.
Yeah.
Berlin respects women. Yeah, Berlin respects women.
Respect women.
Women.
International Women's Day.
Respecting Day. Yeah, women. Anyways,
but next question.
J-Rock, yes. Time for some would you rather questions. Hey, I hope it's only one. Would you rather never lose your phone again or never lose your keys again? Oof, this is a brutal one.
Oh, this is easy.
Oh, really?
Okay, go ahead.
I would rather never have to lose my keys again.
Okay.
Absolutely. No question.
Why?
The thing is, I always have my phone on me anyway. I am so much more likely to forget my keys than I am to forget my phone. If I could never have to worry about my keys again, I'd be sick.
Yeah, but it's losing them. It's losing them. So you are in a very shaky car or bus or something, and it drops out of your pocket, and you get off, and the bus drives off, and you're like, shit, I lost my ex.
Okay, well.
Because my phone is also.
I've never have to lose my keys again, because if you lose your phone, you can just get another one. The thing about the keys is that if it's for your car, you have to go through the heckin' DMV and get a whole new set of keys, or get your keys, especially if you live in an apartment. Sometimes the apartment goes, well, you're shit out of luck. Time to get yourself a locksmith, and then you have to go through all the dramatic shit of the locksmith trying to get into your heckin' room, and you don't even know if you can get in your room because it's heckin' locked. So drama. I'd much rather lose my phone.
Fair.
You can I just say you are adorable with how much you use heckin'. I respect that.
What?
I'm too much of a foul-mouthed New Yorker to do that. So I respect you.
Yeah, I very much like I tried to make the channel a little bit more family friendly-ish. I don't do it as much anymore, but no, it's okay. Like it's sort of like a give and take of like sometimes it'll slip out and everybody knows. So that's sort of the consensus I have with my audience of like if it happens, it happens. I am an adult, and they're like, "Yep, you are an adult, and we respect you." I'm like, "Cool, thank you." But the other thing is I used to teach art class for kids ages 4 to 12.
Oops.
So I had to learn not to curse. I had to learn the kindergarten curses.
I know how not to curse. I didn't curse until I was like 17. I've never cursed, and then it just came out and it never stopped. But yes, so okay. Never lose your phone and never lose your keys.
I can get
someone. Oh, go ahead.
I know my answer. Then you are the tiebreaker. Who of us is right? Because that's how would you rather questions work. There's one answer that is more popular and therefore it's the right one.
Win.
Exactly. That's what would you rather questions are all about. No, because I would probably go for the phone. On the one hand, I see why the keys are stronger point for you because first of all, I don't have a car, so I wouldn't lose a car key. I usually have flat keys, additional flat keys deposited with people around. So, and I have like five. Oh shit! I have my office key on there. That would get me in shit. But the thing is,
because it's not just your home key; it's your whole key ring.
It's your whole key ring.
Yes,
yeah.
But we have electronic locks in our company, so if I lose my key, they can probably just deactivate my key. So still, my key cannot be abused to break into the office. So that's why my key ring is for me less a thing like, oh no. But on the phone, I mean, you could make probably similar arguments, but I'm logged in with everything on my phone. So you could get into all my email addresses. You could get into, including my work email address. I should not say that. Including my YouTube channel.
Like, you do not want a random stranger to grab your phone and send like a dick pic to your family WhatsApp conversation.
Oh yeah, my family is in here.
Or to your boss.
No, Bart would probably send one back. No, he wouldn't. But
oh,
I mean,
no. To make proper, he would not send one back, but he would probably just be like, "What?" But not give me shit for it. I mean, he would give me shit, but more as a buddy and not as a boss.
The first thing you would say is, maybe you need to see a doctor. Some of those things didn't look that. What are you talking about?
Oh my god!
But sorry, but no. But yeah, you would rather never lose your phone.
And all the contacts are in there. If I lose my phone, I haven't memorized any phone numbers for 20 years. I don't know anybody's phone number anymore. I know I know my mom's mobile number still and her home, her landline, because they haven't changed in 20 years. I still know them from back before smartphones or even mobile phones, and my own number. But that's it. I don't know any phone number. I haven't memorized a single phone number in forever.
I'm with you. I only know my own. The numbers I remember just off the top of my head are my own number, my aunt in New York's number whose phone number has not changed since I was 5 years old. So I know my old phone number from when I lived in New York, so something that's useless. And Max's phone number, because it's the only international phone number I know, so it's ridiculously long, so I just remember it because it's just so unique. Those are the only phone numbers I remember. Yeah. But
who is right, Cami or I?
I would take the oddball and say, I just never want to lose my passport again, because I've lived through that hell twice, and I don't need to go through it again. But no, I would not want to lose my phone. Like, with keys, I have 2 flatmates, and also I would rather pay money for a locksmith rather than pay money to buy a new phone, because phones cost hella money. But outside of the financial thing, I have all my contacts, I'm logged into shit, my emails, and also I have a lot of memories on the phone. Like, I have a bunch of pictures and videos and conversation. Like I have a bunch of WhatsApp and text conversations that I would lose, and I don't. And you know, when I have sad baby hours, I look back at old conversations and I'm like, oh, these were happy times, and they make me smile. And because I'm a weirdo like that, I take screenshots of things to read, and I don't want to lose all that shit. That sucks. And what would anyone else gain from having that shit? Besides, I don't know, sending a dick pic to someone in my contact list. And I don't need to have that conversation with anyone.
That would really be surprising if you, as a woman, keep sending dick pics to people. I mean, in my case, there is a realistic chance it could come from me.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't want to lose my phone simply because there's too much on it. So, maybe it would finally get me off my ass to buy a new phone because I still have the cracked one from when Max broke it when he visited in March last year.
You drop your phone 5 times a day, and the one time I drop it.
The one time you hit... I'm getting the next question, but Cami, it's a great story. So Max was visiting for my birthday last year, and we were walking to a ramen place. And we were talking, and I just had my phone, and he hits the corner of it, and it falls to the ground. Keep in mind, I dropped my phone a fair bit. I think I've dropped it on the escalator at that Galleria so many times on its face, and it's never cracked or anything. And then I pick it up, and it has like a big old gash in it. Like, I wonder if it shows up on camera. But It has like a big old right there, like the entire like glass is gone. Oh look, there's the perpetrator's face right there.
That's Lupin.
That is not. Shut the hell up. You know what? I'm gonna use a Camiism. Shut the heck up, man. It is not a Lupin. But no. But the first thing Max said was not, "Oh, I'm sorry," or "Oh no," it was, "Are you kidding me?"
Sorry. I mean, seriously.
Oh, gosh.
Like the thing is that I was so like, what the, that his "Are you kidding me?" I think I stared daggers at him of, "That's your response? You broke my phone!"
But again, if you would never drop it, and then I would do that, I would be like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry," but you probably dropped it the moment before and the moment after, and the one time it's my fault.
The entire walk to the ramen place was him being like, "I can't. You drop it so many." But yeah, okay, so next question.
And yeah, you're in complete control now. I'm out of questions.
Yeah, from Denver is Adorable is, if you were transformed into an object of your choice, what would you turn into? So if you were an inanimate animorph, what would you become? You can't become a creature, like you can't become an animal. You have to become an inanimate object.
An object of your choice.
Comforter.
But am I still a sentient, or am I still as an object? Am I anthropomorphic? Can I still do things? Or am I just completely inanimate?
I mean, I guess you could still think. I don't think you would have legs or anything.
So it's no little toaster situation where I still have control over the body.
You have your free thought and stuff, but it's a thing of like you just become the object. So you're trapped in the prison of your own mind.
Can I
want to be a computer to monitor?
Soft and comfy.
Can you repeat what you said, Cami?
I want to be a comforter because then I'd be soft and comfy.
Oh, that's a good approach.
All the time, like I just want to feel comfortable, and I feel like that would be the best way because comforters are like super good, especially like if you have like a weighted comforter. I just feel like that'd be really nice.
I have been told by DuckTales that it's really good for calming stressed out people.
Oh, a weighted blanket.
Yeah,
weighted blanket.
No, you cannot calm me down. You will not distress me. Oh no, I'm calming down.
Okay, so what would you be, Max?
What would I be? I was just thinking down the lines of, okay, what object can I be where the object itself still has a decent amount of...
Odie, I want a phone so Max can let me down one last time.
Oh my god.
Yay.
First of all, no. Second of all, Odie also said earlier that Chrissy was a good girl who didn't curse. Said fuck in front of Max one time and hasn't stopped since. You are scarily close to the truth.
Oh no! You actually did get. We met when you were 17. And you said you started cursing when you were 17. Oh no, it was me.
It was you. You corrupted me. So.
We've done this.
Friendship. But yeah, so what would you be?
I was still thinking down the lines of what object can I still get away with the most autonomy, like some kind of like robot toy or whatever. But now I want to rather go into the same direction as Cami, like an object which has a certain essence, and I want to embody this essence, like comfortableness or something. So obviously I would not be comfortable.
You'd be a cactus.
Not an inanimate object, so no, you're disqualified. It's a plant.
Oh,
it's
damn
alive.
It, a plant is not.
No, it's not. A plant, it's alive.
No, I'm agreeing with you that
exactly.
that I was wrong.
Yeah. And I just keep rubbing it in because that's the petty person that I am.
Happy anniversary in a week.
Okay, let's see. I want to be... No. Even too bad for me. But I can't.
What?
Okay,
what
fine.
No.
I want to be a lamb because then I'm super bright.
That's a great fake laugh.
Not only that, but you can also throw a little shade, can't you?
No, Cami. Just to say, this pun, you better deal with it. We lost Keyframe.
One day my birthday will be on a Sunday. During this cast, my birthday wish is that you can't do that. Like... Oh god,
wait,
lady back kicking it. Jesus Christ.
Wait, what are you talking about? I can't do what? The deal with his glasses or that?
How about
oh my god.
You can't be... Yeah, Cami, be happy that you only have to deal with this for one Sunday for the next few months before we actually...
Like, oh my god.
No!
Yes.
I hate it when our guests encourage it.
Keyframe. What you need is... Wait, this direction is... this attitude. Oh shit, there's our thing in the face. No! Oh no!
It actually looks good. Really good though.
It actually looks fantastic.
You're saving me from a fire. You're actually a firefighter.
You know,
how beautiful.
Given how we know I am with you, especially in person, I would be the one carrying you out of a fire.
I keep sitting at the desk. This is fine, and you come in and lift me up, and I'm like, no boy, it is not fine. Let me save you.
It is not fine.
And then,
can you at least grab my game controller?
And then Whitney Houston starts singing.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of a game. Why are you interrupting me? I'm in the middle of the game.
Thing. He probably would complain about something not being grabbed while we're leaving.
Oh, it was so nice warm in there. It's cold outside. Jesus.
Let me get my jacket.
Okay, can my inanimate object be a gun? No reason.
I saw the knife. I thought you were more the knife person.
Oh yeah, you know what? I am a knife person. Max probably has in his phone, simply from the fact that WhatsApp saves images, so many pictures of me holding knives with his name written on them, because I send that a lot, especially when it gets close to a time where we're seeing each other in person.
I am packing my suitcase.
Oh yeah, most of them. There are literal videos where I take the effort to go to my suitcase and pour my knife block into my suitcase to send messages. This is the effort I go for this man, to let him know that I have homicidal feelings. Only for you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. But no, my inanimate object would... Honestly, a knife would not be a bad thing, because that also has long...
You want to be edgy? Deal with it.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? I get to make a bad joke now. I'm allowed to. And then we can go to the next question. You know what? What I would be? I would be a fucking water decanter, because then I'd be a tall drink of water. But is that really different than the real life me? Oh, hey, yeah. I do not.
I guess you'd be leaving everyone pretty thirsty, huh?
People are thirsty. Thank you. I do not wear ego well, so
thirst is uncomfortable.
The first is strong. I mean, with some of that anti-sand/slash art drew her really thick. People are thirsty. I don't know how that happened.
Oh Lord!
Okay.
It's 34 rules overall.
I know, right? I don't even know. How do you take a character who sounds like this and is a literal Pokemon and then be like, you know what I want to do? I want to make her thick.
Because you know who she's
stacked as hell.
Like that girl who's, I can't remember her name right now.
But Snooki?
No, Harley Quinn.
Oh, Harley. Oh my God. I wish I could be Harley Quinn.
The voice to that.
You know what? That's not. You know what? Yeah, okay. That actually makes. How dare you make sense of people's thirst? Dare you?
Listen.
Okay.
Listen.
So next,
I like knowing it so I can explain it later.
So next question from PSA Titty. Thank you, Odie. I'm glad you come up with a new name every week. Yeah. Which conspiracy theory do you believe in some measure, and why? So what is your tinfoil hat moment?
Oh God.
This is a good one. I know that I have some things where I'm a little bit like, it seems all to be too true, but on the other hand, it seems so improbable.
The thing is, I commit to bits a lot that people think I like a lot of conspiracy theories, but it's just me really playing into a bit. Like, I think the most prominent one for people who know me is that I believe that celebrities that live a long time drink baby blood.
Oh. See, I was thinking of something completely different and like G-rated.
Oh no, the worst one was there was this fucking Kirk Douglas, like the actor that got to live to be like 106. I was doing a sketch request stream, and someone requested a drawing of him because I was talking about actors that live a long time, and I like to say they must be drinking baby blood. And so as someone asked me to draw that with him holding a little V8 can that says baby blood. Oof. A week later, he dies.
Oof. Big oof.
Okay, he was 106. Okay, like, to be fair. But no, I do think, like, the thing is, what would you define as a conspiracy theory? Okay, go ahead, please.
My conspiracy theory is I am, like, 100% sure that the whole left Twix, right Twix debate is actually real, and that they've actually isolated factories, one for left Twix and one for right Twix. I have a personal belief that they actually have separated their factories into left Twix and right Twix. And so there are still factories that do both. There are still factories because, of course, they have to produce the, like, regular normal ones. But the debate has to exist for a reason. It has to exist for a reason.
I found the sick ones.
Doing it.
That's my friend Claire as the Brayloom. But you know what? I will concede that, you know, that could be. Why else would they make such a ridiculous rumor for the advertising campaign if there's not truth to it?
Right? And, like, the thing is, it creates this whole debacle for folks of, like, I don't know, this package of, like, only left Twix does taste a little different. And you're just like, it gets implemented in your mind. You're like, oh my God, wait, is this actually a thing? Have they actually separated the Twix? Oh my God!
I have a belief like that there are companies that make only one product, but they put it under so many different names, and because of the fact that they're under different names or different price points, that we think that they taste different when in reality they're the exact same. Simply because that's how the human mind works. Like, you can have milk that's just dyed orange and then regular milk and ask which one tastes different when in reality they both taste the same. But I think that's my conspiracy theory. I feel like there are companies that make higher profit margins just making the same item with different names.
Oh, I know.
I feel like there's a lot. I feel like there is a lot, but no, to the point that I think there's a lot more monopoly in the world than what is actually presented.
I mean,
so I get
to an even higher degree to what I know is the fact, even.
Exactly. I feel like there is a lot. Yeah, I feel like there is a lot more monopoly in the world than what is presented, because then if it is actually presented to the public, there would be actual outcry. But I guess that's mine, that I believe to a certain degree, simply because so many economic things are very farcical, as we saw with the whole game stonks debacle last month. So many things are just people LARPing with money. How do we not know? But what about you, Max?
trying to because I know
this is a good question.
It is a good question. Hence my answer.
It makes us sound so much more smart than the past questions.
But yeah, you can tell that it's a good question because I fail at coming up with a good answer. I know that occasionally I have those kind of thoughts where I look at some real life stuff and I'm like, yeah. But couldn't it be that there is some kind of conspiracy basically going on? And I am overall a very I like to view myself as a very rational and down to place person, like no superstitions whatsoever. And then I'm still like, except that my fridge is magical, which is a fact. But does this count?
Yes, you know what? That's your personal conspiracy theory.
My fridge is magic. That magic is real because my fridge has it. I ate a yogurt from my fridge, which was like over half a year over the date, and it was still good. This is not normal.
Here's the thing. Is that the fridge, or is it the fact your stomach has just gotten used to you eating expired
food? No, the yogurt was good. The yogurt was legit still good, and this is not supposed to be possible with dairy products. I had fresh vegetables, and they didn't go bad for weeks in my fridge.
I don't trust that.
Here's the thing. I partially believe you because I've seen this fridge in action, but I also don't want to believe you because you are also the man that I know that willingly gives himself food poisoning so many times.
But usually I always were able to taste that something was off with the food, but I was like, oh, it's not that off that I would throw it out. That's the logic behind it. But with the fruit but here's the thing where it kind of rolls back again, because I then like to explain, like, yeah, but what is magic? Magic is stuff that goes beyond the current understanding of a person or civilization. Hence, I simply are too much of a dumbass to understand how a fridge is possible to keep stuff so fresh for so long. So yeah, it's magic in the literal sense. Yeah, no, not witchcraft. Magic in the literal sense, as in beyond my understanding. As people like to call fire magic. People like to call the sun magic because they didn't understand it. Today we understand it. And yeah, this fridge is my sun. What? The next question, please.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't it rather be like the moon because it keeps things cold?
Also magic.
The sun. The moon is not magic.
No, it was for people back then. Now we know better.
Okay, yeah, now we know better. Anyways, so this is our final part of the show. Our favorite bit. Energize Enigmatic says, so Keyframe here likes one distinct and blatant thing. Pokemon.
Oh, damn, I forgot to prepare this, or at least look it up. Yes, keep talking.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's definitely not a bunch of Pokemon cards inside of this. God, that sounded so violent. But especially the Pokemon Eevee. So let's dedicate this special fuck, marry, kill to a special lady whose special day is nearly approaching us all, and yet still make her feel that small twinge of awkwardness with fuck, marry, kill Eeveelutions. They are all female. Vaporeon, Espeon, and Sylveon. Let's just say that they become human-like, so we're not going into a no-no territory.
Mm-hmm.
They're at least Lola, Bunny, Anthro. Let's go with that. I think that's fine.
Okay, but still for context, I'm not sure if I...
Yeah, so you just have to imagine them as...
I'm a Pokemon fan.
Are all three on here by any chance?
Okay, Vaporeon, Vaporeon is the water one, so the one that looks like a fish.
Yes.
Espeon is the purple cat looking one, and Sylveon is that trans flag one.
Perfect. So we have all three presented on here.
Yes, the black one is Umbreon, which is the dark type.
Okay. Let
the cool looking one.
Okay, maybe I can block this out. Give me a second, being silly, but yeah.
No, because then you. But yeah, so just to say, our guest agreed to do this. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
But
we're sorry.
We're sorry. Sorry. But yes, our Cami, our special guest who we like very much. Guest goes first.
Oh Lord.
Okay, let me hide the one that you cannot pick.
That would be something a little more human, but here we are.
Okay, I don't know if putting King there makes it better.
He's presenting the three Pokemon that we have to pick.
Look, just to say, Cammy, we have gotten kitchen appliances for the fuck, marry, kill at points. Like, our fans know we don't decide what we get for the fuck, marry, kill.
We got real dead people. That was an awkward one.
We had one that was the co-host and the guest at the time. Imagine the conversation there of just like, wait, what?
Wait, was it Espeon or Umbreon that was it? Wait. My brain is like starting to shut down.
The three that don't blame you. The three that we have is Vaporeon, Espeon, and Sylveon.
That's why I covered the one that to keep the confusion low. I covered up the one that we are not supposed to pick.
Fantastic, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Huh. So, my brain is immediately like, you're going to have to be PG-13 about this. And I'm like, okay.
No, you don't.
So,
not on this. I mean,
screw.
One of them is, okay, screw. Yeah, okay, that's what you mean.
Yeah, one of them is screw.
Okay.
Yeah. Screw the... Probably screw the Sylveon.
Why?
I just think it'd be fun.
Okay.
I mean, it's a fairy type. It's literal magic.
Fun and fancy free. It's magical. A magical experience. Marry the water type. I love the sea. Okay. And then I'm sorry, but psychic Espeon, honey, I don't need you to know every instance of my mind. The last thing you will know of my mind is how to murder.
How dare you kill my baby?
I'm sorry.
So, where are we at, Keyframe? Who is going to get second?
You're going to, I guess if we're doing the thing where now we take turns of who's got screwed over with the last combo, I guess it's my turn.
I guess it is.
To be second for once.
Okay. Also, it's fantastic that I am last on the one where I cannot say anything competent anyways because it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
There we go.
Or
his favorite Pokemon is a Digimon. His favorite Pokemon is a vanilla ice cream cone because he can eat it.
Oh God.
I know. Okay, so I think I would marry the. I think I'm gonna marry the Espeon. Because it is what you count as the reason to kill would be my reason to marry. it would be able to read my mind. It would understand what I'm feeling. And I'm not that great sometimes with communicating emotions because trauma. But if it can like read my mind and actually understand me, that would be like the perfect life partner. You know, unless it gets overwhelmed by everything going on in my head, because that's just a screamo concert 24/7.
Then it suddenly turns dark.
Then it turns into an Umbreon. Then I think I'm going to fuck the vape. This is such a terrible FMK. I felt less dirty about the kitchen appliances. The Vaporeon, because, well, I mean, it's exotic. It's the water. The other ones just look like land animals, but the water, it's like there's something just so new world about it. It could show me a wet.
I can show you the world. It is all underwater.
But yeah, so I would do that, and then I'm gonna kill the Sylveon. You know.
Oh, but the Sylveon is so fun and fancy free.
You know what? I don't want any more fun in this world. Why would I want? Look, my favorite types of Pokemon are Psychic and Dark types. I like going into the mind, man. I like going intense. I want to see the nitty-gritty. I don't need
What you're saying is you want to see every other person's mind and see the realities of it except your own.
Exactly! Which is why I'm going to kill the thing that would bring joy.
Oh my god.
I mean, I love Sylveon. She's a baby. But, like, for the sake of this question, fuck Sylveon! But there you go, Max. You
kill Sylveon. That's fuck.
Oh, damn it! But, okay, Max, you are the final combo.
Okay.
You gotta find your way out of this.
That's an easy enough way. So, okay, let's see. I will marry the Sylveon. I just see water, psychic, and fairy on the screen, and now I need to figure out what
you will marry the fairy type.
Exactly. Yeah, because I have already been hanging out with a Sylveon, an anthropomorphic Sylveon character in real life, so I know how to handle that. So that's a thing I can live with permanently, which is then I guess marry. Then I will kill the water type, because something about this face is very like you see the other ones, they have like. I mean, what is Eevee is based on canine, right?
Eevee is like a dog.
Exactly,
yeah.
and look at his face.
Fox-ish kind of thing, yeah.
So you have those quilts. You have no quilts. Are they quilts? No.
It's like a plumage.
Like
but
it's like a fish.
There's a lot of things going on there, like a cat face.
Yeah, Vaporeon is kind of a water cat.
Exactly, and I'm like, no, there's something not right. I like the water, but there's something wrong. I rather want to kill it, and then
you want to make sushi out of it,
basically. But then we go to the fuck, and I mean. Keyframe already gave a good explanation why an Espeon makes a good partner, because an Espeon.
Don't defile my baby.
Espeon knows what you like. Espeon can read what you want.
No, don't defile my baby.
And I mean, look at those eyes. Look at those even in this drawing in a full non-anthro Pokemon form, it has bedroom eyes. Those, you know it. You, Espeon, you, me. Later.
Oh my god.
Cami, I'm sorry. I can't control him sometimes. He's not paper trained. Like, stop it. Stop it. Okay, remove from group now.
No!
Okay. Oh my gosh. I gotta say that's a little awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random craps. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. It's the awkward. Artwork and analysis, which you do not want to miss on awkward.